What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your top 5 fights of the year of 2021, the third annual eBay Fight Prediction Award show. This is the second to last video. Tomorrow will be the last video of this, and then I got like 2 more videos. Basically, I think it's basically actually 3 more videos. Got 3 more videos to make. And that's pretty much it. And actually, I'll do like a fight talk if I can. I'll ask if they're ready to do it. And yeah, I'm pretty much gonna be taking a break. I know everyone's like, bro, take a break. Stop making fucking videos. What are you doing? Enjoy Christmas. But I'll take a break. But yeah, and then see you guys with the Cater versus Chikadze full card or breakdown video, whatever comes out first. But yeah, man, this was a great year for fights, man. We saw some phenomenal fights this year. I felt like June, man, when June started, bro, we saw some of the best fights of the year. From June to now, I mean, it's been crazy. Just straight up like out of control nonsense, you know. And there were some great fights that just really didn't make it, like Chandler versus Oliveira, Charles Jourdain versus Marcel Rojo. Some phenomenal scraps, or Mike Davis versus Mason Jones, in my opinion, was a great fight, a phenomenal fight. Something you guys should actually give a chance and rewatch. Yeah, a lot of awesome fights this year. Oh, Jimmy Rivera versus Pedro Munoz too. Like, great fights this year that didn't make the list, but I feel like this top 5 is actually a really, really good list, and you know, I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. But let's get to it. At number 5, I gotta go with Marvin Vettori versus Paulo Costa. I know a lot of people felt like this was a domination by Marvin, but I rewatched it. I actually I didn't give it to Costa, but the second round, I felt like Costa was really winning that round, and the 5th round. He won the 5th round, I wish, without a shadow of a doubt. But that second round was so close. If he didn't get a point deduction, which I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have a problem with it at first, but I low-key do have a problem with it because that's kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. I don't think he should have had a point. He would have lost anyway. It would have been 2-3. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that fight was crazy. Marvin's boxing combinations were so crisp. What he was doing in the clinch was awesome. How he was like going forward was great. He didn't even use his wrestling in that fight. Like, he tried, and he took him down, but he really didn't even wrestle like that. He went there, went forward, took shots, and just was outworking Costa. Costa was just looking for big shots, which were crazy. His body kicks were out of control. The head kick he landed on Marvin, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought Marvin was dead. I thought Marvin was gonna die. That fight was, I was so hyped up for it. That's why I did a stream for that fight. I was like, man, I have to watch this fight. This is gonna be the best fight of the year. It really was one of the best fights of the year, man. Those guys really threw down, and Costa, I felt like he gained a lot of respect in that fight because of the shenanigans and stuff like that. You know, not because of the shenanigans, but he lost a lot of respect because of the shenanigans, but he gained respect because of how hard he fought that day, and he gained some of my respect. I'd love to see him at 205. I'd love to see him versus Ryan Spawn or some other guys, or maybe him versus Cutelaba. Him versus Cutelaba would be, oh my god. Paulo Costa versus, this just hit me. Paulo Costa versus Ion Cutelaba. Tell me that wouldn't be the most watched stare down of all time. Alright? The live for the stare down, when they start, the chat will be going nuts. You already know that those dudes will try to kill each other in the stare down. Oh my god, that would be fucking nuts. But yeah, man, that was a great, phenomenal fight. And at number 4, the fight that won the mid-year Fight of the Year award, but just couldn't keep it up with this year, is Ponzinibbio versus Miguel Baeza. These guys went to war. They literally killed each other in that 3rd round. I feel like this fight is probably responsible for why they lost their next fights. Both of them lost their next fights. But man, these guys went to fucking war. Ponzinibbio, this fight to me was so cool because there was just so much Ponzi was fighting for, so much things people were like saying, oh, Ponzi can't do this, Ponzi can't do that, Miguel Baeza is the future. Just these, like, if you go look at my breakdown for that fight and just look at the comments, like, it's crazy. Like, everyone really thought Miguel was going to beat him. And Miguel was winning the first round and was winning the first part of the second round, and it looked like he was going to win the whole fight. And then Ponzi just turned it around at the end of that second round, started schooling Beza. And then in that third round, he literally poured his whole entire heart out. And Miguel Beza became a punching bag a little bit. And Ponzi was just able to outwork him. But, like, what Ponzi was fighting for, man, it's just crazy when you look at the storyline. Just him coming off that loss to Li Jingliang, him saying he wants to be a world champion, him saying, I want to get back to where I was. And he just, like, fought for it, y'all. Like, he really went tooth and nail and damn near was ready to die. You know, they say, like, the guy who's ready to die is going to win that fight. And Ponzi showed it. He really showed it. So, it is what it is. And at number 3... I gotta go with Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. I mean, I rewatched this fight. It's funny to me. It's just, I'm gonna just say it like that. It's pretty funny to me. But this was a phenomenal scrap. It's funny to me how many people told me that this wasn't gonna be competitive. That Yair's a punching bag, dead body Yair. All these goddamn, Yair's just gonna get put in a casket. Get the funeral session ready. Like, I love Calvin Kattar, right? Calvin Kattar's my boy, but Yair and Calvin Kattar are not the same. They are completely different, and that's just a fact. That is just a fact. They have completely different styles, and Yair possessed a lot of problems for Max with the leg kicks and just the high kicks. And when Yair threw that head kick at him in that fucking first round, Max Holloway knew. I see it in his fucking eyes. Go look at his fucking eyes when he got hit with that hit. He knew, this is not going to be easy. I might lose this. He knew what he had to do, and he got his goddamn singlet on. Oh, I said singlet. I said he got his goddamn wrestling singlet on, got the wrestling headgear on, and turned into a D1 wrestler in there, and was taking down Yair. We all know what happened. He knew what happened. That boy had to die for the legs, like y'all like to say, and he didn't want to fight Yair like a man. And no one is criticizing Max for this. I'm gonna call my boy SSG. I don't know why my boy SSG ain't call Max Holloway a coward, because he's doing a bunch of coward movements and a bunch of coward mentality out there. That boy was doing that candy ass fighting method. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy. Nothing against grappling, y'all know I'm a wrestler. I'm a former wrestler, but like, still, it's crazy to me how people will get hate, right, for shooting for takedowns. But this motherfucker shoots for a takedown. No one got nothing to say. And I'm not even calling out SAG on that, because I'm pretty sure SAG will call him out on that. But I'm just saying, like, other people on, like, Twitter or whatever, it was like, oh my god, Max is just showing another dimension to his game. Man, shut up, man. That dude was scared. He felt real power. He was like, yo, this dude gonna kick my body off, gonna kick my legs. I do not want to deal with that. But yeah, I mean, this was a phenomenal fight. Yair poured it all out in there. The only issue with Yair is he doesn't know how to wrestle. That is something that's going to plague him in his later fights. But when it comes to stand-up, he's probably one of the best. To me, Max lost that best stand-up guy at 140. He's not that. I think Yair overall has better stand-up than Max, and we kind of saw it. Like we saw it. I'm sorry, y'all. We saw it. But Max won the fight just with more fight IQ. Better punching placement. I would say Max won it there. Like, his punching placement was really, really good. And Yair was kind of just only throwing a 1-2 and only was really head hunting. He was throwing body kicks, right? But he wasn't throwing no punches to the body. And I feel like that's where Max was kind of outdoing him, is throwing shit to the body. But in terms of, like, actual stand-up, Yair just has more tools, and it's just a fact. And Max kind of got exposed. But Max won, so respect to him. At number 2, I had to go with Petr Yan versus Corey Sandhagen. To me, this was an obvious 4-1 for Yan, but some people have it 3-2 Sandhagen. For me, it wasn't the competitiveness of this fight that made it so great. It was the straight domination of Corey Sandhagen that I enjoyed. I was hoping Yan would finish this clown, but he didn't. Sadly, he didn't. Y'all know me. I hate Sandhagen because of what he did to my boy Frankie. So I no love lost for him. But I mean, all jokes aside, he performed great. On short notice, he had a great game plan. He fought a great fight. He used his jab a lot. Honestly, he was winning that second round until Jan landed that spinning back fist. But he was landing that jab phenomenally. Real talk, y'all. Like, he was landing that jab great, and he was fighting behind his back foot pretty good. And I thought he was somewhat stealing the fight a little bit from Jan, but Jan figured him out. Jan was kind of headhunting. He was looking for the knockout, but yeah, man, he got him good, and just Jan showed a different level to his game, because Jan is crazy, bro. He's a psycho. The guy literally could have dominated him in the wrestling, right? But chose to, was like, oh, Sandhagen's a striker. I'm going to stay in his field, and I'm going to beat him in his own field. Like, that's how crazy Jan is, bro. Like, it's insane. Like, I know, I don't usually hype up fighters like this. Like, y'all. Like, I know sometimes I do, but I'm joking, right? Like, I'm joking with some of these guys. But with Jan, I'm telling you right now, that man should be pound for pound the best fighter on the planet. He's potentially going to take GOAT status at bantamweight. I really do think so. Right now, I have Dominic Cruz as the GOAT. But, I mean, Dominic Cruz is one of my favorite bantamweights of all time, right? But honestly, y'all, if Dominic ever got to a point where he had to fight Jan, I'm DMing Dominic, like, please, bro. Please, it's not worth it. Like, we don't need to do this. Let's go home. Let's go home, bro. We don't need to fight him. But with that fight, man, I mean, that fucking spinning back fix to lead hook combo was fucking crazy. He just was taking over in that fight, man, and the pressure, and the way he used high guard, and oh my god, like, the dude's just insane. He makes fights a little too competitive. That's the only thing I don't like. He makes them a little too close. Like, he gives up rounds. That's the only thing I don't like. That's gonna bite him in the ass one day, I feel like. But him versus Aljo, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. Like, Aljo is gonna die, or you never know. Aljo might pull something out of his ass, man. Aljo, here's the thing about that fight. I've always felt like that fight should have been way more competitive than what it was in the first time. So I kind of give Aljo some leeway. Like, when he makes excuses, I'm like, maybe that's true. Because if you look at the tape, that fight should have been a Fight of the Year candidate. I should be talking about Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan being, oh, this was such a great fight. Because how competitive and how good both those guys' resumes are. But it's kind of crazy that Aljo performed the way he performed that day. To this day, it shocks me. He just, like, and that's the thing. It's just, Yan is the GOAT. That's what it comes down to. Like, great fighters will look bad against godly fighters. That's what it comes down to. Like, Mark Hominick is a great fighter. I shouldn't say a great fighter. He's a good fighter. But Jose Aldo made him subpar. But Hominick had a pretty good, fifth round, though. I could give you examples out the ass where, like, just great fighters will make, or no, godly fighters will make great fighters look, like whatever, right? And it's just one of those things. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe just Jan's just levels above him. But also, you never know. Hopefully we get a great fight. That's all I could say. I hope we get a great fight in the rematch. Hopefully. But yeah. At number one, you guys already know, fucking Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler is the fight of the year. If it was anything else, you're crazy. This was literal chaos. I picked Chandler. I thought I was right after watching that first round. Actually, I had a hard time watching that fight live, but I went on rewatch. I was like, man, Chandler had him. And, I thought I was right. But Gaethje, man, also another guy, man. Gaethje, he doesn't get enough credit for his boxing, bro. That dude has really slick boxing. That uppercut he landed on Chandler is so clean. He has really good high guard. He uses his hooks and his uppercuts really well. And he throws, like, really weird combination punching. Like, he waits and then throws. Like, and he throws a lot of, like, it's crazy. Like, he's not jab oriented, if you notice. Like, he throws a lot of overhands, crosses, hooks. Doesn't throw any jabs like that. He does throw jabs, don't get it twisted. Like, that's how he finished Tony Ferguson, I remember, with a jab, actually. But yeah, he's very interesting, like, the way he strikes, and his leg kicks are great. But he is really good, underrated boxing. I'll give him that. Chandler has also pretty good hands too, but they were just swinging and banging, and man, it was pretty crazy, man. It was pretty crazy. And in that that last round, man, Chandler going for that fucking big ass takedown, and oh my god, it was fucking, yeah, these guys are killing each other. Some people think Chandler won that fight, and I can see it, but Chandler acted like a complete retard at the end of that fight, and I can't give it to him. You know, doing all that dumbass shit, that pissed me off. But it was a great fucking fight, nonetheless, and a fight of the year candidate. But yeah, man, this is post Christmas, y'all. Just making the video. Woke up really late. I was like, fuck, I gotta post the video. But hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the year, and you know, obviously we're gonna get the New Year's coming up. But yeah, man, I'm always gonna say it. Super thankful for all you guys and the support. Thankful for, you know, giving me a community to talk about MMA, and that's all I really want. You know, I'm not here for the glamour. I'm just here for really the, you know, the talk of the sport, and you know, you don't really get that when you're being honest, right? There's not a lot of, I don't have a lot of friend groups that are hardcore MMA fans, you know, and that's why I always cherish having this YouTube channel. I'll never let it go. I'll never let it go, because I get an opportunity to talk about the sport I love, right? Because I have opportunities to talk about basketball with everybody, or, you know, football sometimes, but with MMA it's really hard. You know, there's not a lot of MMA fans, you know, where I'm from, and you know, I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent, but I'm just trying to say I'm very thankful for you guys, and for all the stuff you guys done for me and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys, but don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. If you're new, subscribe, like, go comment, and yeah, go click that notification button and share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Love y'all, and goodbye.